Hi, so I'd like to talk to you a little bit about goal setting. I know that we have lived our entire lives making things like New Year's resolutions. And, I have a question for you. How'd that work out for you? If you're anything like me, you pretty much maybe went a week or two and then you abandoned ship. And there's a lot of reasons why New Year's resolutions don't work. One of the main reasons is that your unconscious mind is not willing to take you there. See, one of the first things that the unconscious mind is searching for is danger, right? Danger, danger. Its only purpose, as I will state numerous times throughout this program, is to keep you safe, to keep you alive in your body. It doesn't care about your goals. It just doesn't. If your goal is to have lots of money and you've never had lots of money before, your identity is that being of not having the money. So when your identity, your personality, your unconscious mind hears that you want to be the person who has all the money, it thinks that it has to die in order for you to be that identity that has it. Take, for example, lotto winners. We've all heard about this a million times. I think 98% of them lose all of it, like within a year, because they have the identity of not having it. All of a sudden they have it, and the identity is pulling them back. It's saying, oh my gosh, get rid of it quick. Get rid of it. We're going to die. We're going to die. Mayday, mayday. And they start giving it all away. They throw it away. And those of us who are watching this don't get it until the next one comes up, and then they do the same thing. Identity will not allow you to have something that you're unfamiliar with, that it does not know is going to be safe. Bottom line, it has to be safe. So when we're writing our goals, one of the things that I hear all the time is, oh, I want to lose 25 pounds. I'm not a weight loss coach, but this is some of the things that are a byproduct of working in my coaching program, in my group and one-on-one, is that people will, all of a sudden, it's like they'll set right goals, true goals, and then all of a sudden they're losing weight and getting the job and getting the house and you name it. So, well, it was 25 pounds. What kind of alarms are going off in your head when you hear those words, right? Can you imagine what your identity is saying inside? Oh my God. First of all, when you lose something, what do you have to do? You have to find it. So I lose 25 pounds, the unconscious mind is busy going out, finding it again. And then finds it, yay, put it all back on, and a few extra ones for good measure so we don't have to go do that again, right? I'm exaggerating, but this is our experience. Raise your hand if you've ever had that type of experience with weight loss. It's just an ongoing game. So the next thing I want you to know is that the unconscious mind is not just keeping you safe, but it's also looking at how you're wording things. I got to lose 20 pounds. I gotta, right? I want to. Not being the thing. So we have a tendency to do things backwards, and the unconscious mind is very well aware of that, and it takes advantage of that very clearly each and every day of our lives. We were raised in a society, in a world that says that you have to have in order to be, in order to do. So that paradigm sets on off a whole different type of ball game. It's a game that we cannot win. Can't win that. I got to have it, right? Because we have to, in order to have that thing, I have to work really hard. I got to struggle. And the identity is not having that thing. The identity is not the one that has, not the one that does. So it's always struggling to get there. And then if you do get there, unconscious mind says, okay, got the goal. Let's go back. Give it all away. Put it back on. Sabotage the relationship because the old identity felt unsafe and it would not allow you to kill it off, even though that's impossible, but it thinks that it has to die in order for you to be the being that has a thing. So in my coaching, we focus on the true end result, and there's going to be another video on what true end results are for you. And one of the things that I really want to drive home in this video here is the ending and backloading of your goals. When you're writing your goals, I want you to, kind of step out of it a little bit. I want you to think about, in terms of weight loss, for example, I want to lose 25 pounds. Unconscious mind is saying, Mayday, Mayday, she's going to starve me to death. Oh no. And it's that wanting. Wanting is not having, not being. So one of the things that you could do in order to rewrite that goal so that it is more conducive to your unconscious mind accepting it is just stepping into, what would that be like? What would that feel like to be the person that has that already? So we're playing a little trick on the unconscious mind, but you know what? The unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between reality and fantasy. It doesn't. Think about when you wake up in the middle of the night from a nightmare. Was that real or not? Your heart's pounding, your heart is pounding as hard as it can go, as fast as it can go, and you're really in it, right? The adrenaline's flowing. The body believed every single thing that it was being shown on that screen. Yeah, the unconscious mind is a powerful, powerful force. And it is in charge of the show until we become awake enough and aware enough to say, oh, wait a minute. That's not true. That's a program that I learned when I was 4 years old. It's BS and it doesn't have any effect on my life now. I'm not going to allow that to keep me from having my success today in this adult body. And you'll learn more about this process as you go through this program. But another way to write a true goal would be to say something like, here's one I hear all the time. I want to have a better relationship with my husband or with my wife. Can you hear it there? I don't have it. I want a better relationship, meaning I don't have a good one right now. And lastly, I back-ended that with this particular person. Well, the individuals in our life, these other people, they're just players in our story, in our play. And as we are in theirs, they have their own free will, just like we do too. So we can't choose that for them. So a better way of looking at and structuring a goal such as this one is, I just choose to have a beautiful, loving relationship. That's it. And be open to whoever that's with. Could very well be with your spouse. But when we open it up to all possibilities, that's included, and we're not trying to force someone else into the mold, because it's not going to work anyway. It hasn't worked so far, right? So this is just a quick little video and education on how we sabotage our goals in the way that we write them. So pay attention to, what are you putting into the goal? What kind of resistance is there in the goal that you're writing? One last example. I hear this all the time. I want to have $1 million. Did you hear it? Did you hear the want? Means you don't have it. $1 million. Have you ever had $1 million before? If you haven't, unconscious mind's going to say, yeah, right. And that's what the lottery winners go through. And the million is a limitation. Why not 10 million, 100 million? It takes just as much energy to make $1 as it does to the million, right? So I want you to think in terms of this, getting out of the goal, stop, putting conditions in the goal that are going to bring up the resistance in your unconscious mind. For that example, I would just say something like, I choose to have more money than I could possibly ever spend or give away. No resistance on that, front or back. It's a beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. And your unconscious mind can go to work, especially after you've gone through your magnetization. And as you go through the magnetic process here to your success, it's just going to be a done deal. So I love showing this to you. I hope that this is helpful, and I I'm so excited about you magnetizing your goals right now. So I'll see you in the module.